and it lies in the hand of our governments. We need to put them accountable. And that's why I think that many in this room and outside are saying education, but also not just the traditional education, but other skills for the girl, engineer and others. That's number one. The women, the transformation of the women, economic transformation of the women. And I think that is where, if I see Mary Robinson here on the work that she's doing in DRC, in the East Congo, is to say, we are looking in women leaders in the peace process, but also how do we give them economically being independent, make sure that they can, feed their family. Women in agriculture. I think this is going to be fundamental. Give them land. Right now, less than 1% of the land, and we say that Africa is a continent that have more land than, arable land in the future. But women don't have access to land. Less than 1% of land. So I think that those are the bottleneck that we have, and all of us, government, private sector, because I think that private sector have a key role to play in investing in the entrance for women. Government give land, private sector can bring the subsidies and others to support those women. We say that women will, if they have access to credit, for the time being they don't have access. Only 1% when we see that accessing in the agriculture sector in the investment for women. So if we give them land, they can get loan from the bank, and that's why I think private sector can come in and bring some of those interests.
Madam Diop, not to stop you, but you alluded to something which I really would like to follow up on. You made reference to Mary Robinson, but let's remember she was once President Mary Robinson. We also have the chairperson of the African Union Commission sitting with us. How important is it for us to also emphasize that women need to aspire to political leadership as well? Because the fact of the matter is that the women that you saw in those camps, they're suffering as a consequence of decisions that were made by and large by men.
Yeah. I think that's, when Madam Chairperson was talking, I was just listening to her, because she was just going into practical things, how you need to transform the African continent in a people-centered way. It's not theory. It's not theory. We know it all. It's practical things that we can do